In this lesson, Rita and Lang Chen are going to help me explore action versus reaction. Now, generally speaking, we should all be a little bit familiar with this already if our coaches haven't already discussed it with us, but these two are quite different. So, a reactive fencer is one who is waiting for their opponent to do something. So in this case, if fencer A is attacking, fencer B, being the reactive fencer, isn't going to do anything until fencer A finishes an action. So the attacker attacks, the defender parries. Difference from a reactive fencer to an active fencer is the active fencer, even though they don't have right of way, it's going to be pushing and pulling, trying to create a situation, force the active fencer to attack. This makes them feel like they're still active, but you're actually changing roles. You're making the attacker become the reactive fencer, which means they're no longer in charge. They might have right of way, they might be advancing, but they're now reacting to you, which means the active fencer has the initiative. So if I was fencing Lang Chen, I'm attacking him, I'm advancing. I would assume I'm the active fencer. But if he's stepping in and out, trying to be provocative and making me attack him, he is now assuming an active role, which may have the effect of making me become reactive. So when he steps in, I think he's close enough, I'm going to attack him, but that could be a trap where he makes a parry. Versus if I'm fencing Rita, Rita is assuming the reactive position, so I'm active, I always have the initiative, so if I'm advancing, she's simply going to wait for me to attack before she comes up with something. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at both of these styles and see how they work. Looking at the reactive fencer, we are going to have Rita in the reactive fencing position. So I'm going to be the active fencer. I'm going to be pushing the attack. I'm going to be advancing against her, and she's going to be reacting to me. She's only going to take action after I've initiated an action. So that can be as simple as me advancing, she's going to retreat. It could be me attacking, so she's going to parry. So let's have a look at that. We're going to stand in the on-guard position. We're going to start very simple. So I'm going to just push the attack. Rita being reactive, she's going to retreat. So I step forward, she starts retreating. I continue to step forward, she retreats. If I lunge, she parries, and there's her reaction. She's parrying, and then she immediately makes a repose. Now, this looks simple, but there is a problem here. If Rita returns back to the center and we do this again, the active fencer can use this as a trap because she's only going to be able to retreat based off of my movement. So again, if we start in the on-guard position, I advance, she retreats, and I know she's just waiting for me. I start my advance, and everything seems fine. I attack, she parries, and there's my counter parry. I know that she's going to just react to my action. That allows me to build on my plans. Essentially, this means I'm going to build up my preparation. If I can read my opponent, if I can see that Rita's only going to be a reactive fencer, she's not going to have much control of what she can do. So that means I can advance, and I know she's going to retreat. I can attack, I know she's going to parry. She parries, I know she's going to repose. She's simply following the chain of events. So that means I can always plan something on top of that. I attack, she parries. She reposes, I counter parry, and I hit. That's the trap. Lang Chen is going to help me explore the active fencing from this aspect. So Rita just assisted me with reactive fencing. That's something of a baseline for all fencers. Active fencing is where we become a little bit more advanced, competent in our skill. So that means even though I'm attacking and I'm exercising an active approach, Lang Chen defending is not going to just wait for me to do anything. He's going to be playing with his distance. He'll step in, he'll step out, he's going to try and coax me into attacking, which is going to create a role reversal. The defensive fencer is going to assume an active role, and the attacking fencer is going to assume something more of a reactive role. In that I think I'm in control, but I'm just waiting for him to do something. So we're going to have a look at how that works. We're going to stand on guard, and I'm going to start the attack. So I'm going to be moving forward. Lang Chen's going to play with his distance, so again, we'll just take one more step forward, and we're on guard. I'm going to start moving forward. He's going to be stepping in, stepping out, so he's being active. he's going to force me to do something, and there's the parry, there's the riposte. He forces me to attack when he is ready, not when I'm ready. How did he do that? He stepped in, he made the distance look too good to ignore. So I start my attack, he can parry, and he riposts, and there's the action. So we can look at that one more time. He's going to come back to the center, and we're going to assume he's going to do something a little bit different. Maybe it'll be the same thing. But again, he is going to try and make me attack him when he is ready, not when I am. So I'm on guard. I'm going to start as the active fencer, so I'm advancing. My line is absent. He's trying to force me to do something, and there's the response. Now, in the beginning, it looks like he's simply being a reactive fencer. He's retreating as I advance. However, you will note a difference in his movement. Whereas when Rita retreated, she simply retreats back, waiting for me to attack. Lam Chen is insisting on creating opportunities. So every few steps back, he takes one forward. This is meant to encourage me to attack because I feel the distance is right. He's not just stepping forward, though, to have me attack him, because then I will hit him. He is stepping forward with a parry prepared. He steps forward. If I take the bait, there's the parry, there's the riposte. So again, this is active versus reactive. We all start reactive, but active is where you're actively searching for an opportunity against your opponent. You want to carry the initiative, you want to invest yourself in the action, because otherwise you're just waiting. And if you wait, eventually you run out of time, your opponent will hit you, and you won't get the point. So it's very important, as you're developing in your skill level, you want to move away from being strictly reactive to becoming more active. This way it gives you more of an edge when you're fencing, and it really fortifies your strengths. Whereas if you're waiting, you're ignoring at least half of what you can.